Alright. I just fixed. I should be back now. Should be back. Should be back. Let me make this other one private before people start looking for that one. Alright, we should be good. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know once y'all join back up. Let me know if y'all can hear me and everything is all right. All right, we good? Should be coming back. Should be coming back. Hopefully everybody can hear me and see me. I loaded up the new profile. Well, the correct profile, I should say. That's annoying that I got to do all that, but it is what it is. Pop out chat. Let's go. All right, cool. What's going on? Oh, my boys there at Ball Holla. What's up, Thunderhawk? What's going on? Listen, man. Hopefully y'all have more luck than the Liberty did, because they were terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay. They were absolutely terrible today, my friend. Yeah, Ronzi, unfortunately you can hear me. Let's publish this. All right, cool. Let me turn my volume back up so I can hear what's going on. All right, we got it back just in time for the second quarter. Let me get stuff ready for the second quarter. That would help. Okay, let me get the players on the court ready for y'all as well. There we go. Ball is in play to start this second quarter. Where's the box score? Oh, here we are. You got Carla late with the ball here. Ball over to Mo Billings, left baseline. Up top to Rupier. Rupier over to Zandalicini. Zandalicini with the ball. Zandalicini crossover. Zandalicini step back over Alana Smith. Misses. Fight for the rebound. Tipped out, but it goes to the Minnesota Lynx. Ball in play here with the Lynx over to Jessica Shepard. Shepard with the ball. Shepard on the attack on Kate Martin. Goes corner to McBride. Up top to Carrington. Carrington, right hand drive, goes up, throws up the floater, bounces around, and scores. 27-21. 27-21. Carla late with the ball. Nowhere to go with it. Finds Ileana Rupier. Wide open for three. Rupier! Right wing three is good. That's the second three for Ileana. You met Kate Martin before the game? That's dope. That is dope. Yeah, strong start didn't matter last game as the Minnesota Lynx shoot an air ball. Shoot an air ball. Salute to everybody coming back. I had to restart the stream. I loaded a totally wrong profile, and I didn't have anything that I had set up for this stream. So I had to end it, unfortunately, with this program. But I'm glad people are coming back. Glad people are coming back. Carla late with the ball. Over to Zandalicini. Back to Carla late. Carla late for three. They call a foul. On, is it on Dejanay Carrington? Yeah, it's on Dejanay Carrington. Thunderhawk, how's the atmosphere there? How's the atmosphere down out in San Jose? Tw 30-21 is the score. 8:36 to go. Ball over to Mo Billings. Mo Billings gets it over to Rupier. She's been knocking down some threes. Oh, that's dope. That is dope. Carla Late, step back three. Short. Courtney Williams with the rebound. Gets it over to Dejanay. Dejanay with the ball. Dejanay transition three. She misses. And Xander Lassini gets the rebound. Gets it over to Carla Late. Oh, crossover by Xander Lassini. Gets it up top to Late. Late. Playing with Rupier. Pocket pass to Rupier. Finds Napheesa with the steal on the pass from Rupier. Gets it over to Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams gets downhill. Goes up for the layup. Smokes the layup. And they call a foul on the rebound by Rupier. So they're showing that replay again and again and again and again. So it's Minnesota ball, Minnesota basketball. Ball in play with Courtney Williams. Gets it over to Atlanta Smith. Up top to K-Mac. Guarded by Burton. Gets it down to Fee in the post. Throws it out to Dejanay Carrington. Loads up a three. In and out. Rebound to Burton. Burton on the drive. Corner to Late. Late travels. In the corner with the travel. If you're just joining, there's no Temi Fagbenle in this game. No Tiffany Hayes. Both out due to injuries. So Ileana Rupier got to start tonight. She has 6 points on 2 made threes. And also, of course, Kayla Thornton is still out. But she is on the bench and a nice nice little jacket there, Valkyries jacket. Like a little denim. K-Mac down the lane, misses the scoop layup, fight for the rebound, Fee pokes it out to Courtney Williams. Williams with the ball. Williams hook pass over to Fee. Fee throws it up at the buzzer, almost goes in, and Late saves it to Charles. Charles over to Burton. Burton on the attack, in and out dribble, bumps off Williams over to Charles. Charles left hand drive ball gets stripped, but she gets it back. Out to Carla. Carla into the paint, throws up the floater from the foul line, too short. And McBride with the rebound. McBride pushing it in transition. Corner to Carrington. Carrington for three, short. Rebound Burton. Your new blonde baddie is back to factory settings. Burton over to Kyla Charles. And a foul there by Atlanta Smith. So they say Carrington? I thought it was Smith with the foul. Yeah, that's a foul on Smith. 30-21. Valkyries ball inbounding in front of their bench here. Gets it into Rupier. Rupier with the ball. Tries to get it to Salaun. It's stolen by the Lynx. Ball over to McBride. Left side of the floor. McBride goes central. Left side to Bridget Carlton. And they call a three in the key on the Valkyries. Napheesa's at the line for free throws. Coach Reeve was just yelling at the ref for something. And Fee hits the free throw. For the defensive 3-second. Ball over to Jessica Shepard. Shepard handoff to Napheesa. Napheesa with the ball. Napheesa into the paint, throws up the floater, and scores. 30-24. 6 straight missed shots by Minnesota before that one by Napheesa. Rupier with the ball, gets it over to Burton. Burton comes off the screen going left. Burton between the legs. Burton with 7. Gets it down to Rupier. Bad pass. I don't know if Rupier thought the pass was gonna be floated to her, but it came in a little hot and it goes out of bounds. And now we have a timeout here. 30-24. 30-24. With 5:41 to go. Run my clock down a little bit. All right, y'all. Thanks for everybody who rejoined me after that butt whooping by the Mercury on the New York Liberty. Absolutely took their soul on their own home floor. Like, it was just bad. Absolutely bad. Let me make sure everything. I didn't check to see if stuff was working, but it should be. It is. Kima said Hyman should have kept that wig on. Nah. Like I said, she had to go back to default. 30-24 is the score. The Valkyries outscored the Lynx 27-19 in the first. Lynx are currently outscoring them 5-3 in the second. What's up, Miracle? It's not a great night, but I will hydrate. Napheesa with the ball. 8 points for Napheesa. I said Napheesa with the ball. I'm tripping. 8 points for Napheesa. Bridget Carlton with none. 2 for Atlanta Smith. 4 for Courtney Williams. And 7 for Kayla McBride. Off the bench, you have Dejanay Carrington with 3. They're shooting 15% from 3. The Lynx are 2 for 13. The Valkyries, Janelle Salaun with 5. 2 for Xander Lassini. 6 for Rupier and Burton. 2 for Kyla Charles. So all the starters have scored. 4 for Mo Billings and 5 for Kate Martin. They're shooting 55% from the field and 75% from 3. They live and die by the 3. So right now they are living the high life, I should say. I don't even want to see what they were saying in the press conference. That's how upset I am. But I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look though. All right, broadcast is coming back, y'all. Broadcast is coming back. Score is 30-24. 30-24. Fake one. They're showing highlights from that first quarter with Veronica Burton and the Valkyries knocking down threes. Remember when we were doing one of the watch-alongs, it said their diet is heavy threes, heavy threes. Nah, you rather not lose how we lost. At least y'all had a chance. We from the second quarter on, that game was over. I just stayed on the stream because I have an obligation to y'all, because otherwise I would have turned that off. Ball and play here with the Lynx though. Back to a team that actually playing pretty well. 30-24 is the score. Lynx looking to put this series away. All the series so far are going 3 games. This is the last one. We'll see if it goes. Valkyries in the driver's seat so far. Over to Kayla McBride. McBride with the ball. Gets it over to Shepard. Shepard drives baseline. Throws it. And it gets deflected out of bounds by Carla Late. So with 6 on the clock, Minnesota will have a chance to get a basket here. Heidemann gets it in and stolen by the Valkyries. And Burton has it here. Burton at half court. Burton comes off the screen, going to her right. Keeps the dribble alive. That's what I don't need Sabrina to do. Just keep the dribble alive. She'd be giving up the dribble so easy. Salaun, step back, 3. Her shot is like a line drive, people. It's like shooting bullets at the rim. Ball over to K-Mac, over to Shepard. Shepard over to Bridget Carlton. Carlton comes off the screen going left. Into the paint. Hangs, throws up the floater, rolls around, and off. Rebound to Billings. Burton with the ball, right side of the floor. Burton finds Mo Billings. She stops, shoots the jumper too strong. Rebound to Shepard. Napheesa with the ball. Napheesa guarded by Salaun. Napheesa up to Shepard. Over to K-Mac. K-Mac at the foul line shoots a contested 2 too strong. Rebound to Carla, and a foul there by Carlton. So Canada on France there. The French connection. And Carla Late looks like she takes the worst of that one. Right, so Carla Late will go to the bench there. I think Xander Lacini has checked in. All right, ball in play here with Veronica Burton. Burton crosses half court, guarded by Heidemann. Picks up her dribble, gets it over to Xander Lacini. Xander Lacini back to Burton. Burton on the attack, gets into the paint, throws it out to Xander Lacini. Wide open three, top of the key. Chechi Xander Lacini knocks down the three, and it's a 9-point game. Ball over to Kayla McBride. McBride with the ball. Gets it over to Heidemann. Heidemann back to McBride. Pump fakes for three. Down to Napheesa. Gets blocked by Mo Billings. Oh, what a block, Mo. It's Salaun. Gets it to Burton. Burton, middle of the floor. No one to get it to. Dribbles back out to three. They want Billings in the post against Heidemann. Xander Lacini passed to Billings. Billings in the paint. Throws up the layup and scores. And it's a double-digit lead here for the Valkyries. 35-24. Look at the Valkyries, bro. And a timeout by Cheryl Reeve. She needs to talk it over. 11 bench points for the Valkyries. 9 points off of turnovers. And it's been all Valkyries in the SAP Center in San Jose. Not far from home, but making it feel like home in the Bay Area. Score 35-24. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's take a look at the box score now that my stuff is working. 35-24. Yeah, Mo Billings has a really big, beautiful smile. 35-24. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Valkyries 8-5 in the quarter. Yeah, that's right. Napheesa with 8-7 for McBride. They're shooting 15% from three, which is the crazy part. For Golden State, Salaun with 5, Xander Lacini with 5, 6 for Rupier, 6 for Burton, 2 for Charles, 6 for Billings off the bench, 5 for Martin. Wow, wow, wow. Daniel, what's up? Salute, salute. Thanks for joining, everybody. Thanks for joining. Make sure you leave a like if you like this type of content. Subscribe if you're new here. Sorry about the earlier mistake. The Liberty getting absolutely destroyed had me not focused, and I loaded up a wrong profile that I couldn't change. So I had to end the stream and restart it. But appreciate you guys for tuning back in for this second game, hoping it's much better than that one. And I can erase that game out of my mind. Hopefully this game goes to a game 3 too, so we have all 4 series going to a game 3. We will be back tomorrow for the other 2 series, the Aces and the Seattle series, and the Fever Dream series. It's still in the commercial right now. Still in a commercial. 35-24. At halftime, we'll look at some of the comments, some of the post-game reaction from the Liberty side. I'm following one of the beat reporters, and that's it. All right, broadcast finally coming back. Finally coming back. All right, broadcast is back on. They're talking about the Liberty again. That's why I was just trying to tune it out. But ball back in play here for the Minnesota Lynx. Anytime I hear the word Liberty, my ears shut off. Carrington with the ball over to Shepard. Shepard on the drive on Billings, gets into the paint, goes up, floater, misses, fight for the rebound, and it goes off Billings. You gotta keep Shepard off the offensive boards. Gotta keep her off the offensive boards. Ball in play. Shepard gets it. I said Shepard. Heidemann gets it to McBride, who misses, but the ball gets deflected out again by the Valkyries. It'll stay Minnesota ball. 35-24. Heidemann to Emma. Gets it into Carrington under the basket. Reverse layup is up and good. Too easy there for DeJournay Carrington. 35-26. Burton crosses half court here. Gets it down to Billings. Left side of the floor. Billings on the face up on Shepard. Puts her back in the post. Spins. Fall away jump shot is off. Thought she got fouled. No foul call. And stolen from behind. It's a 3-on-1. Salaun, she had Billings under the basket. She better make this. I was about to say. She had a 3-on-1 and took a mid-range jump shot. But it pays off. 37-26. Napheesa with the ball. Throws it out to McBride. High pass. She catches it. Heidemann. Top of the key. Back to Shepard. Back to Heidemann. Corner to Carrington. Carrington, left hand dribble, gets to the foul line, jump shot is up, rolls off, and Zandalicini gets the rebound. Zandalicini with the ball, guarded by McBride, right side of the floor, on the wing. Zandalicini picks up her dribble, Napheesa with the rip through and strip and foul. LA says we need Napheesa scoring. Rupier checks back in for Kyla Charles. Burton to inbound. Gets it into Salaun. Back to Burton. Burton gets the screen from Billings. Burton still with it. Goes cross court. Dangerous pass. Almost stolen by McBride, but she hits it out of bounds. 6 seconds on the shot clock. So Burton to inbound again. Burton gets it into Salaun. Back to Burton. Burton goes behind the back. Comes off the screen. Burton pump fakes. Has to throw it up at the buzzer. And I don't think it hits the rim. It's a shot clock violation. Ball in play with the Minnesota Lynx. 37-26. Lynx with an 11-point lead here. Courtney Williams with the drive. Crossover. Over to Napheesa. Napheesa pump fakes for three. Out to Courtney. Oh, Courtney traveled. Oh, I thought they weren't going to call it, but she definitely traveled. 6 turnovers by the Minnesota Lynx here. Ball in play with Burton. 1:26 to go. Why is my 1:26 to go, y'all? Bad pass all the way to Rupier, opposite corner. And ball gets deflected out to Billings. Billings with 10 on the shot clock gets down the lane and scores. Left hand layup. Billings absolutely hooping in her game back. I think this is only her like 4th game back. And they get a deflection and steal. Outlet to Zandalasini. She stops, spins, drops it off to Salaun. She pump fakes, goes up and scores. They really outrunning them now. They are really outrunning them now. 41-26. Napheesa over to McBride. Shepard left side to Carrington, down to Fee. Out to Dejanay. Back down to Fee. Fee, they bring the late double. Fee falls and gets fouled. (41-26). 41-26. Napheesa to inbound here in front of her bench. Gets it into Shepard. Shepard over to McBride. They call a foul and a moving screen, illegal screen by Napheesa Collier. And Burton goes down hard. Teammates surrounding her, checking her nose. And they're gonna review this. They're gonna review this to see if it was a hostile act here. Oh, Burton and Collier just collide. Oh, I don't know. I thought it was. I think it'll just stay a regular foul. I don't think there's anything there for an upgrade. Burton actually gets in her way, in my opinion, but they're gonna review this call. Hey, Daniel, what's going on? Salute, salute. Hope all is well on this Wednesday evening. So they're reviewing this call right now. Yeah, no further penalty. Correct call there. All right, so it is Valkyrie's ball. Where the Valkyries at? Nobody there to inbound the basketball. I don't know what's going on. Excuse me. I mean to cough in y'all ear. 41-26. Golden State has scored 13 points off of the Minnesota turnovers. Minnesota's only scored 2. Ball in play here. Burton with the ball. At half court, guarded by Courtney Williams. There's about a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball over to Zandalasini. Zandalasini, what a find to Burton. She wasn't expecting it. That pass was a bullet. But Burton, I guess, it was a little ahead of her. But I thought Burton should have caught that. Zandalasini goes out. Kyla Charles comes in. Ball in play. Napheesa back to Courtney. Over to Napheesa. Napheesa pump fakes for 3. Shoots the jump shot. Gets fouled and won. They needed that basket badly. Napheesa gets into double figures there on that jump shot. Fouled by Mo Billings. So Napheesa at the line for the 3-point play here with 1.9 seconds on the clock. The free throw is off. Rebound to Salaun, and that's how the quarter ends. So Golden State up 41-28 on the Minnesota Lynx. They limited them to 9 points in the second quarter. Douglas, salute for the super chat. Lynx have 4 points since the 6-minute mark. They're doing what the Liberty were doing. That's what it looks like. They following the Liberty's footsteps. But salute for the super chat, my friend. Salute, salute. Let me put this here so I can see what y'all saying. Wow. That's crazy. We're going to take a look at the box score. We're at halftime now. We are at halftime. 15 minutes for halftime. Let me get that situated. And we'll get right to it. Let me get the third quarter ready. And then we'll start our halftime report. I really don't want to do the halftime report to keep it 100 with you, but we got to do it. Got to see it through. All right, so halftime. Hopefully it would load. Oh, here it is. 15 minutes for halftime. Start now. Score is 41-28 at the end of the second quarter. Yeah, Full Metal, Golden State doing their thing. Golden State outscored Minnesota 27-19 in the first, 14-9 in the second. Limited them to 9 points in the second quarter. Wow. Minnesota, Napheesa, 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting. She's a -12 in her minutes so far. None for Bridget Carlton, 2 for Alana Smith, 7 for Kayla McBride. Courtney Williams with 4. Jessica Shepard with none, 5 for Carrington, none for Heidemann. Minnesota shooting 34% from the field, 15% from 3, and they have 8 turnovers. Golden State, Janelle Salaun with 9, 5 for Xander Lassini, 6 for Rupier, 6 for Burton, and 2 for Kyla Charles. Off the bench, 8 for Mo Billings and 5 for Kate Martin. They're shooting 55% from the field, 63.9% from 3, and they've only shot 2 free throws, and they also have 8 turnovers. Looking at the comment, Dion says, I believe every game will be tied, just kind of rigged. The conspiracy theories, possibly. Who knows, man? Who knows? RC, man, what's up? Nothing's up, man. This is life. This night has been terrible for me. Thunderhawks at the Valkyries are cooking. Yeah, I could believe it, man. You can hear it through the TV. Thunderhawk is at the game. Yeah, Kathy definitely made the call. The Buffalo Wild Wings be making the call for the football stuff. Like, Bitcoin Snoopy said, "Is my name really Jay Jordan?" Yeah, my middle name is really Jordan. My first name isn't Jay. It's a longer name, Jervon. But for short, it's Jay. Jay Jordan. Yep. No, I did not adopt Michael Jordan's moniker. Peter said Collier can go unrivaled. We shall see. Let me mute them. They're gonna start talking about the Liberty and get me upset again. All right, let's take a look at some other stuff. Unfortunately, I gotta do it, y'all. I have to do it. I did not want to look at this game, but unfortunately, I have to look at this game. I gotta be fair and unbiased here. 86-60 is the game that we did to watch along before this one. From the second quarter on, it wasn't much of a game. It was just belt to behind out there. Just belt to behind. Satu Sabali came to play today, finishes with 15 points. Didn't even really need to score in the second half. She had 10 of her 12 points at that point in the second quarter. Alyssa Thomas with 15 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. 6 for Natasha Mack. She was over here hitting baseline jump shots. 14 for Kalia Copper. 6 for Akoa Makani. Off the bench, you got 14 from Bonner and 10 from Westbeld. Their bench gave them, 30 points off their bench? Crazy. They didn't even shoot that well from 3, 7 for 24. They shot 47.9% from the field. They only missed 1 free throw. But if you look at New York's, you see a completely different story. Leonie Fibich with 2 points on 0 of 5 shooting. 6 points for Breanna Stewart. She was on a sort of a minutes restriction due to having the sprained MCL. Didn't really look like she was doing too much out there. She couldn't move. They were attacking her on offense. The Mercury were attacking her defense because they know she's unable to move as quickly as she was before. Jonquel Jones with 7 points and 13 rebounds. That's probably the only positive for the bettors today. 13 rebounds for Jonquel Jones. Natasha Cloud, after having 20 in the first game, finishes with 8. 20 plus in the first game, has 8 tonight. Sabrina Ionescu, all-time stinker. Missed her, I think she missed more than 2 free throws for the first time in her WNBA career in a row. She finishes 1 for 8 from 3, 2 for 6 from the line, 3 for 13 overall. Just was not up for it today. Only person to score in double figures was Emma Mieseman off the bench, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Kennedy Burke with 6, and then you got a bunch of trash on the other end of it. All right, so that was that game. Let's take a look at the calendar, see what's coming up. Indiana and Atlanta play tomorrow, game 3, winner take all at 7:30 on ESPN2. We will be doing the watch along for that game. And Seattle, Las Vegas, 9:30 ESPN2. Game 3 will happen tomorrow. Oh, Emil, what's going on, young blood? Let me stop. Emil, what up? Hope it has been a while. Hope everything is good. Beulah, you didn't miss anything. Didn't miss anything. Just the Valkyries up in the game right now. Golden State and Minnesota. We'll see if they go to a game 3. We still have a half to play. New York and Phoenix are going to a game 3. I guess they still have to decide the time. Let me see if ESPN has posted a time as of yet. Since they're carrying the game. The game is to be decided. I guess they have to see what time, if this Golden State Minnesota game is happening before they decide the time. Yeah, Mill. Unfortunately, they were absolutely terrible today, but listen, it is what it is. Can't cry over spilt milk. That's what they say, right? That's a real like old timey saying. But anyways, so we'll see if these games. Well, we'll see if the Golden State Minnesota game goes to a game 3. Boy, oh boy. Let's take a look at the bracket. As you can see, what's live now. Series is tied at 1 game apiece in all the series, beside the one that is live right now. First person to 2 wins moves on to the semifinals, where it's a best of 5 series. What else can I show you guys? For those who missed it earlier, let me see if I can pull it back up. The Golden State Valkyries got some more silverware for their franchise today. Coach Natalie Nakase won the Coach of the Year award today. Was announced today. Led the team in their first season to the playoffs, and right now they're beating the #1 seed in the league. So salute to the coach Natalie Nakase. So they have the Coach of the Year and the Most Improved Player of the Year in Veronica Burton. All right. So we still got about 7 minutes until halftime is over. I'm gonna put the score back up. 41-28. Hope the Valkyries can keep this intensity up. And force a game 3 on Friday. Yeah, definitely well deserved for Natalie Nakase. I think she received like 50 something votes. Carl Smesko of the Dream finished in second with 15 votes. And then Coach Becky Hammond and Cheryl Reeve received like 1 and 2 votes each. Alrighty, we're waiting for halftime to finish. I still can't believe this team got absolutely run out the gym on their home floor. You cannot make this up. But everything looks like it's going to a game 3. They're showing the replay. I don't even want to look at it. Don't even want to look at the screen. It's so bad. Let me see if I could pull up some of the press release comments from one of the beat reporters. Pull this up for y'all so y'all can see. So you could read some of the comments here. Whoever Thunderhawk said whoever thinks about visiting the Bay Area, it's very expensive and a lot of hills. Yeah, I've never been to that part of California. I've been to LA. I've never been to the Bay Area. All right, let's show some of this. So this is Miles Ehrlich. He's a beat reporter here for the that covers the Liberty. You can see where's that comment? This comment here. The Liberty made more field goals in the first quarter than in all the others combined. That's absolutely embarrassing. So they made 10 field goals in the first quarter and made a total of 9 the rest of the game. The rest were free throws. That is, if that's not embarrassing, I don't know what is. These are some of the comments that Nate Tibbetts gave about the game. Sandy Rondella said we are a way better team than what we showed today. We just went away from what was working for us in the first game. Now we're going back and it's an elimination game. Our turnovers led to easy baskets in transition. That's something we've spoken about. We just need to be more disciplined there. We just have to be better. It's disappointing to play like that in front of our home fans. Sabrina said we can't go and play the same way we did and expect a different result. We have to make the adjustments and play like our season is on the line because it is. I mean, duh. John Call Jones on message to the team after this performance. The message is that we won game one. We've shown and proven that we can win on their home court. Now that's what it comes down to. We'll go into hostile environment and show we can play Liberty basketball, which is not what we've done today. Sabrina said there were no excuses for her performance tonight. I'm all right. I'll be better on Friday. John Call Jones thought there might be some areas they can exploit offensively, but it starts with the process. It felt like they were heavily congesting. Maybe we shoot threes with a little more confidence to open things up, but we need to get back to the film. John Cole Jones said the vibe is the season isn't over. The vibe is we got game one and we have the opportunity to play another game and win another game. We know what it's going to take. It is definitely no panic. Well, it's easy for them to say because I'm panicking. I am panicking. Let me see what she has to say. She's a reporter for the New York Post covering the Liberty. She didn't post any of her questions. Where'd the mouse go? Let me see if anybody else posted any questions. No, classic J Pow is a reporter as well. She didn't post any of her questions either. Anyways, whatever. I don't think they wanted to post their questions tonight. But scores 41-28, 41-28. Salute to everybody hanging around in the chat. Make sure you leave a like. Subscribe if you're new here. We'll be back tomorrow for those game threes I just mentioned earlier. So make sure you're subscribed and you have those noti bells on so that you get notified once I go live. I will be more energetic tomorrow. This Liberty game will have passed my mind, hopefully. But as a heads up, I'm not streaming that game on Friday because if they lose, my YouTube account getting locked off because I'm gonna be in rare form. I'll be in the Discord. Link is in the description, the channel description, and in the stream description. I will be playing the game in the Discord, and I'll be chatting in there because they can't get me out of my own Discord. So, join the Discord server. We got a nice group of us that watch the games together when I'm not live streaming. So make sure you join up and join me in there on Friday. Let me go on the Reddit. They probably crashing out in the Liberty Reddit right now. All right, we're coming to the end of halftime, people. Coming to the end of halftime. Let me turn my volume back up so I don't miss anything. Let's see if the Valkyries can keep this up, people. Let's see if the Valkyries can keep this up. All right, so halftime is over. Thanks for hanging out for the halftime report. We're getting ready for the fourth and the second half, the third quarter. Look at me trying to rush this game along like it's the Liberty game. This is actually entertaining here because the Valkyries are actually winning. All right, players are still talking to their coaches, trying to figure out what's going on. Their marching orders for the second half. I mean, it's loud in there. I hear it on the broadcast. It's a nice turnout there in San Jose, not their home arena, but they brought their court down here and to make it feel like home. People are in purple and everything. They're talking to the coach Natalie Lacasse. She could barely hear the questions. It's so loud in there. She said we gotta focus on boxing out. Damn, they asking her mad questions. They asking like 4 questions right now. Coach Nakase said we have to leave here with a win. There's no excuses, and I love it. I love a coach like that. Who cares if we're the lower seed, we're the band of misfits. I expect us to win. We can beat this team. Damn, why did it take us so long to restart this game? What's going on? I guess they're waiting for me to switch my screen. That's probably what it is. Officials are sending both teams back to the bench. There's an issue with the clock right now. Oh no. Please God, no. Get So there's an issue with the clock, people. There's a clock issue. So they're trying to figure it out. So both teams were sent back to their benches. There's a delay to start the third quarter. Oh boy, they're trying to fix the clock here. They're trying to fix the clock here. I think it was the Valkyries last time when the clock screwed up. But that was in the Chase Center. But I think they got it right. They said the referee gives the thumbs up and we should be good to go here. I don't think this arena does basketball. Somebody from the Bay Area, let me know. Ball in play, and we're off to start this third quarter. Let's see if the Valkyries can keep the momentum going here. Valks with the ball. Gets it over to Rupier. Rupier, no hesitation, 3 is way off. We round to Courtney Williams. She gets on her bike. Jump pass is stolen by the Valkyries. And Burton has it. Burton goes behind the back. Crossover on Alana Smith. Burton, crossover, gets into the paint on Smith. And Smith with the foul. So Burton, no No fear going into the lane here. And Cheryl Reeve will challenge us. So we had a clock delay. Now we have a challenge. So they're going to commercial now. 30 seconds into the quarter. It is what it is. Let's take a look at this. 41-28. We're in a timeout right now, so y'all can see. I'm gonna put this up. I'm over here in the Liberty Reddit trying to see what the people talking about. Probably crashing out in there. I usually leave a comment, but 41-28, 41-28. They're challenging that last foul call on Atlanta Smith. I don't know. That but I think and the thing about that Liberty game, I'm trying not to talk about it, but it's on my mind. The thing about that Liberty game is I think Phoenix can repeat that performance because they didn't do anything like super spectacular on offense. It was just a balanced scoring all around, and they just played extra tough defense. So if that type of defense is gonna deter the Liberty, then this series is gonna be over. But if they relying on Stewie to be the savior with a sprained MCL, then it's not gonna be good. 41-28. We're still in timeout right now. They're reviewing a call. So you're not missing any action. You're not missing any action. Salute to everybody here on the stream. Make sure you leave a like. We got like 80 something of us in here. Make sure you leave a like. Helps the channel out tremendously. Subscribe if you're new here. James said could be worse. You could be a Sky fan like me. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They say illegal hip to hip contact. Oh yeah, she does right there on that hip. I can't even clear my throat. My body don't want me to talk anymore. Let's go back to the game. 3 fouls on Smith. So Burton will go to the line for 2 free throws here. So Cheryl Reeve getting on the ref. Burton shoots the first free throw and makes it. I'm gonna have to go for a water re-up soon. Burton's second free throw is up and good. So 43-28 is the score here. Williams with the ball over to Bridget Carlton. Carlton looking for McBride off the screen. They call a foul away from the ball or on the ball by Xander Lassini. Ball in play to Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams over to Fee. Fee faces up on Salaun. Out to McBride. Quick release for 3 is off. Rebound to Xander Lassini. Gets it over to Veronica Burton. Burton. Left side to Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini drives right in the middle of the floor. Steps through. Shoots the floater. Gets fouled. And one. Cecilia Xander Lassini. This man, what's his name? Pajemski is there, the poster boy for the Valkyries. He's there in a Kayla Thornton all-star jersey, but Xander Lassini goes down the lane, Euro steps through. Bridget Carlton gets into Xander Lassini's landing space, and that's where the foul was called. Xander Lassini misses the free throw, however. 45-28. Courtney Williams with the ball. She's been quiet in this one. 4 points. She gets down the hill, corner to Bridget Carlton, loads up a three, and finally Bridget gets a good look and knocks down the three. You cannot help off of her on that strong side. Burton with the ball. Minnesota is 3 for 15 from three. 14-point game here. Burton comes off the screen. Burton gets into the paint. Easy layup. Left-hand layup is good. Burton gets all the way to the cup and lays it in. 47-31. Williams with the crossover. Out to Fee. Top of the key. Fee right side to Bridget Carlton. She loads up for another one. And that's back-to-back threes for Bridget on the other side now. So you give her two wide open looks. She's too good of a shooter to leave that open. Salaun with the ball. Gets it over to Rupier. Over to Burton. Top of the key. Burton dribbling. Burton gets the screen from Rupier. Crossover on Alana Smith. Gets downhill. Gets blocked by Alana Smith and out of bounds. And Burton throws it off Alana Smith's back and shoots it. Misses. He gets it to Xander Lassini. Enough time to set her feet, and she misses the wide open one. Rebound to Courtney Williams. 47-34. Courtney Williams walks into a three, off. And Valkyries will take that all day long. Courtney Williams trying to shoot herself into this game. Burton with the ball. I need the Valkyries are probably going to need to go into the fourth quarter with a bigger lead than this, because Minnesota can just string together a run and they'll be right back in this game. Rupier over to Salaun. Salaun with the rip through on Napheesa. Napheesa, she blows by Napheesa, goes down the lane, misses the layup though. And Fee gets it over to Williams. Williams over to Bridget Carlton. Pump fakes for three. They don't. Gets it up top to Smith. Smith with the ball over to Williams. Williams over to Fee. Finds Alana Smith on the roll and is poked away by Burton. They have numbers. Over to Kyla Charles. Pump fakes for three. Over to Rupier. Over to Burton. Burton loads up for a three and knocks it down. VB, the most improved player in the league this season, cashes out from a right wing three. 50-34. And Napheesa with the foul. They call a foul on Janelle Salaun. And they call a technical foul on Janelle Salaun. So Napheesa at the line for the technical free throw. Fee at the line. Free throws up. And it misses. So no harm, no foul. The technical does not hurt them. Damn, everybody just who shoots like 90% from the free throw line missing free throws today. I don't know what's going on. Sabrina missed a bunch. Napheesa just missed one. I don't know what's happening today. Alana Smith with the ball over to Kayla McBride. Kayla McBride on the drive, gets to the basket. Scoop layup, gets fouled, and scores. She'll go to the line for the three-point play. So Kayla McBride will go to the line for the three-point play here. AR says if they're within 10 in the fourth, it should be interesting. Yeah. So Kayla McBride at the line for the three-point play. It's up, and she knocks it down. She's up to 10 points now. 50-37. This third quarter is crawling by. Burton with the ball. Gets it to Xander Lassini. Back to Burton. Burton over to Zandalasini, left side of the floor. Ball gets deflected. She keeps her control of it. Zandalasini down, tries to get it down to Salaun. Bad entry pass, and McBride with the steal. McBride crosses over, and they call a foul by Zandalasini. That's the second foul on Zandalasini. Bridget Carlton for three, and now that's 3 threes in the quarter for Bridget Carlton. She was absolutely quiet, and she brings them within 10. They gave her a wide open one, and now she just can't stop. 3 threes, 3 for 5 from 3, up to 9 points here in the quarter, and it's a 10-point game, 50-40. I remember last season, Bridget Carlton had a lot of big performances for the Minnesota Lynx. 50-40 is the score. 50-40. They're outscoring the Valkyries 12-9 in the quarter right now for a 10-point deficit for the Lynx. Bridget Carlton up to 9 points. K-Mac and Napheesa with 10 apiece. Golden State, you got 13 for Burton to lead the way, 9 for Salaun, 7 for Zandalasini, 6 for Rupier, and 2 for Kyla Charles, 8 for Billings, and 5 for Kate Martin. So the score is 50-40. We're in a timeout by Coach Natalie Nakase, Coach of the Year, trying to re-energize her troops here. Mo Billings, they're showing the fits, but Mo Billings is doing work. All right, broadcast coming back on. In game 1, Mo Billings played 4 minutes, had 0 points. Tonight, she's played 13 minutes, has 8 points. So let's see what the Valkyries can cook up out of this timeout. Got to keep the pressure on the basket here for them. I know they're a 3-point shooting team, but got to put points on the board. Burton over to Zandalasini. Back to Burton. Top of the key here. Burton comes off the screen, going to her left. Burton finds Mo Billings. Down the lane, goes up. Left-hand layup. Too wild and misses. A rebound to Bridget Carlton. Over to Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams with the ball. Courtney Williams down to Fee. Fee spins into the lane, goes up, and scores. And don't look now, but the Minnesota Lynx are inching their way back in. An 8-0 run here by the Lynx. Burton with the ball. Burton comes off the screen from Billings. Burton gets downhill, goes under the basket, gets Zandalasini a contested 3 right in front of the Minnesota bench, and has something to say to them on the way back. What a 3 there. Zandalasini knocks it down. 53-42. Courtney Williams with the ball, guarded by Charles. Comes back to the left-hand side. Throws it up top to Fee. Fee pump fakes for 3. Over to Atlanta Smith for 3, and the answer? No answer. But Bridget Carlton, offensive rebound. Over to Courtney Williams for 3. Can she make one? No, she cannot. Rebound to the Valkyries. 11-point game. Burton with the ball. Burton off the screen going left. Burton head of steam downhill, gets poked away by Atlanta Smith, and it'll be under the inbound under the basket here for Burton. Rupier to check in. Salaun goes out. .425 to go. Burton to inbound. Burton gets it into Zandalasini, guarded by McBride. Zandalasini gets it over to Billings, top of the key here. Billings over to Burton, coming on the curl off the screen. Finds Billings on the roll. Left-hand layup is too easy. Billings, what a play there by the Valkyries. Billings up to 10 points here. McBride comes off the screen, shoots a long shot. I don't know if that was a 3. It was a long 2. 55-44, under 4 minutes to go here. Burton crosses half court. And Burton stops, gets it over to Rupier. Back to Burton. Left side to Zandalasini. Out to Burton. Burton loads up for a three. Off. Rebound for McBride. McBride crosses half court. McBride guarded by Rupier. Up top to Courtney Williams. Down to Fee. Gets the ball almost stolen by Burton, but they call a foul on Burton on the reach-in. That's the second foul on Burton. That's going to send Fee to the line. That looked like a clean... I don't know. That looked a little clean, but Napheesa at the line for 2 free throws. May have got her on the arm, though. Napheesa, first free throw is up and off. Napheesa misses the free throw. Wow. 91% of the season, just like Sabrina, and has missed 1 of 4 tonight from the line. Napheesa, second free throw is up, and she knocks that one down. So 10-point game with 3:30 to go in the third. Veronica Burton at the line, calling out with the ball, crosses half court, calling out the plays. Gets it over to Zandalasini. Zandalasini with the ball, dribbles left, comes back right. Zandalasini, guarded by Alana Smith, gets the ball deflected and almost stolen. Ball down to Mo Billings, and the entry pass is out of bounds. Gotta take care of the basketball. At least these are dead ball turnovers. So they're not running with them back down on the other end. 55-45. Heidemann with the ball. Heidemann comes off the screen, out to Fee. Fee loads up for a three. Short. Rebound to Burton. Burton crosses half court here. Burton crossover on Heidemann. Handoff to Mo Billings. And they call this a foul on the Minnesota Lynx. That's a foul on Bridget Carlton. The Lynx are hanging around, y'all. The Lynx are hanging around. Carlton goes to the bench. She has 9 points and 4 fouls. All of her points have come in this quarter. Martin gets the ball inbound. Burton gets it back. Burton down the lane, throws it out to Salaun. Salaun, contested three and knocks it down. Janelle Salaun knocks down the three. Back to a 13-point game. Heidemann with the ball. Heidemann over to Napheesa. Napheesa settles for a long 2, and she knocks it down in response. So Napheesa trying to will her team back into it. 58-47. Fee up to 15 points now with 5 rebounds. Burton gets it over to Salaun. Salaun in and out dribble on Fee. On McBride. Salaun over to Rupier. Back over to Salaun. Salaun contested 3 and catches Napheesa on the reach, and that's a foul on the 3-point shot. So Napheesa, a silly foul there in the right corner. Got her hand caught in the cookie jar as Salaun was going up for the 3. She just swiped down and hits Salaun on the shooting arm. 59-47. And she misses the second. And Salaun knocks down the third. So it's 60-47. 60-47. Heidemann over to McBride. Back to Heidemann. Heidemann gets downhill. Picks up her dribble. Guns it out to McBride. Pump fakes for 3 into the paint. Over to Napheesa. Long 2. Top of the key. And scores. So Napheesa starting to do her thing here. She's knocked down a couple jump shots in a row. 60-49. Burton with the ball. She's up to 7 in the quarter, Napheesa is. Burton off the screen over to Kate Martin, excuse me, over to Salaun. Salaun, another three, gets and misses short. And Williams with the rebound. Williams over to McBride. McBride in the right corner, comes off the screen from Smith. Goes over to Williams. Williams pump fakes for three. Over to Napheesa. Oh, Napheesa almost traveled. It gets it to McBride. Quick release for three. And out of bounds. So great recovery there on defense. They got to their man and recovered. A player got open. They got over there and recovered. 60-49. Both teams in the bonus the rest of this quarter. And the Valkyries with the ball, they've been leading for a long time now, ever since the first quarter. Gets it over to Salaun. They're shooting 55% of the field. That's crazy. Gets it over to Rupier. Rupier over to Salaun. Salaun with the ball. Gets it back to Burton with 5 on the clock. Burton has to make something happen here. Burton over to Kate Martin and gets blocked at the buzzer, and that's a shot clock violation. So excellent defense there by the Lynx. Yeah, Ron. This game definitely not over. Definitely not over. $60-49, 43 seconds to go. Napheesa the inbound in the backcourt. Kate Martin playing full court defense on Heidemann. Gets the ball in. It's been the Napheesa Collier show in the last couple minutes here. Heidemann gets downhill. Double clutches. Layup is too strong. Fight for the rebound. And Burton gets it. Burton gave her all to get to it. Burton with the ball. I guess they're not going to play the 2-for-1 game. They're just going to wait for one solid shot here. Burton on the drive. Drives by Heidemann. Goes corner to Rupier. Rupier for three. Oh, it's off. She was wide open. That would have been a big shot. Mo Billings almost gets to steal, but it somehow gets out to Napheesa, who gets to Courtney Williams, who attacks out of control and misses. And it still works out for a 2-for-1 here for the Valkyries. Ball down to Billings. Billings with the catch and smokes it. Goes back up. Foul and one. So she missed the easy layup. Got the rebound. Putback is good and gets fouled. So with 1 second left, 1.5 seconds left in this third quarter, Mo Billings will go to the line for the 3-point play. That is a foul by Heidemann. Wow, look at the Valkyries, man. Season on the line, came out and are up 62-49 on the number 1 seed. They added a couple seconds left. It's 2 seconds left in the quarter. 2 seconds left in the quarter. For the 3-point play, and she cashes it in. 63-49. Ball to Heidemann. Heidemann from 3/4 court and off the back rim. Almost hits it. But that's the end of the third. 63-49. Jason said the Val crowd is such a factor. Yeah, it seems that way. The people traveled with them down to San Jose. And it has been paying off here. They're up 63-49 going into the fourth and final quarter here. Wow. They got 10 minutes to hold on, though. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say. What? They're 10 minutes away from pushing the Minnesota Lynx to a game 3 back in Minnesota. Ramos says over 150 is good or not good. What's the math on this? 1640 is 193 is 12. What's that? 112 is the total score right now? Yeah, I think 112 is the final score right now. Over 150. Do I think they'll have another 20 and 20-point quarter? I'm gonna say over 150 is. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure about that one. Ron C said that is a proper me bound. Sky players need to learn proper me bounding. I'm weak. Me bounds. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Salute to all y'all. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Rumble, you from the Philippines? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's my opinion. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here on the YouTube, follow on the Twitch. We'll be back tomorrow for the Game 3 doubleheaders between the Aces and Storm and the Fever and Dream. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the action. Appreciate you guys for all the support. Appreciate you guys. We're still in the commercial here, as you can see. From the box score, the play-by-play here, still at the end of the third. Excuse me. The Valkyries, yeah, they're playing better than the Liberty did tonight. I'll give you that much. Just looking at the social media, seeing if I see anything interesting. Have not. Roncie, but the Liberty are the champions. That was last year, my friend. That was last year. This is a brand new year. They were last year's champions, not this year's champions. They definitely have not been playing like champions all season. So injuries and all. I know people are gonna be like, it's injuries. I understand, but this team is dealing with injuries too. The Valkyries, and they're just getting production from other players. They're missing their all-star, the sixth player of the year last year, and they're still competing. Meanwhile, we got past MVPs and all-stars and struggling to put points on the board. Ball in play for the fourth and final quarter. Napheesa for three is short. Fight for the rebound. Jessica Shepard, offensive rebound over to Heidemann. Heidemann for three. She misses. Napheesa with another rebound. She turns around wide open and knocks down to two. You got to get the rebounds here. You have to. 63-51. Expansion teams is next year, Ron. Two of them coming. So talent's going to get spread up even more. Carla Late. Pass over to Rupier. Rupier with the ball. Oh, she double dribbled. That's a double dribble there by Ileana Rupier. Yeah, Prize Picks made a coming. I said a come up. Wow, language is crazy. A come up on there. Let's see if she can. Heidemann down the lane, goes up for a layup and scores that one. So maybe it's not a come up yet. She scores the left hand lay. It's back to a 10-point game. Carla Late with the ball off the screen over to Zandalasini. They might need to get Burton back on the court here. Zandalasini with the ball. Oh, crossover on Fee and gets blocked on the help defense there by Dejanay Carrington. She crossed up Fee. But then the help defense came. Dejanay Carrington attacks, spins, nowhere to go, and hands it off to Fee. Almost loses the ball. She's in the corner. Fee out to Dejanay. Dejanay for three and banks it in. Oh my gosh. 63-56. Single digit lead here. 7-0 run by the Lynx. You got to get Burton back in the game here. It's no time to play around. Carla Late finds Billings. Midi is up. Misses. Kyla Charles with the rebound. Attacks Dejanay and misses the layup. And Minnesota on a run here. And it goes off McBride's foot and out of bounds. They need to calm down and get a basket here. They need to get a basket here, the Golden State Valkyries. 56-63. 8:01 to go here. This is the areas where it could affect them, where they don't have somebody to close these games out. They don't have somebody who say, "Give me the ball and go make something happen." Veronica Burton is at the scorer's table at the next dead ball. She'll check in. Gets it over to Zandalicini. Back to Late. Carla Late with the ball. Late comes off the screen. Carla Late gets downhill, throws up the wild layup and misses. Jessica Shepard with the rebound. Shepard dribbles across half court, guarded tightly by Charles. Gets it over to Dejanay. Dejanay over to Fee. Fee at the foul line. Fee out to Dejanay. Dejanay pump fakes for three, and they call a foul on Zandalicini. Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul, Zandalicini. You slid in front of her. I think they get Burton back in. Yes, they do. They got Burton back in. Bring Bride over to Carrington. Pump fakes for three. McBride down the lane. Ball goes out of bounds, deflected, and stays with the Lynx. Heidemann to inbound. Gets it over to McBride in the left corner. McBride steps in. Floater is up and good. Timeout called. 9-0 run by the Valkyries. She's trying to call a timeout, and nobody's. Coach Nakase had been trying to call a timeout for ages. 63-58. Valkyries being outscored 9-0 here in the quarter. Uh-oh. It's getting spooky. It's getting spooky out there. 63-58, 9-0 run here by the Valkyries. Napheesa with 19 and 7. You got 9 from Bridget Carlton, 14 from Kayla McBride. Off the bench, 8 for Carrington and 2 for Heidemann. Golden State, Janelle Salaun with 14, 10 for Zandalicini, 13 for Burton with 8 assists and 6 rebounds, and 2 for Kyla Charles. Mo Billings with 13, 5 for Kate Martin. Ron C said, I don't think there's enough depth of talent to spread it that thin. Injury or two teams in the league can't rely on their bench. Most teams collapse. Games become one-sided. Poor entertainment. Yeah, but no matter what, they still adding 2 teams. So all those players that have been drafted in the past and will be coming in a new draft, they're gonna have a team to be on. So I see your point of view, definitely, but that's the nature of expansion. You just have to hope the players that are coming in, they have more talent. They're more talented, I should say. Kimo said, I think they need to expand to more than 12 players too. See, I get that point, but like as you see in the playoffs, teams shrink their rotation. So they're not playing 12 people, they're playing probably 8, maybe 9. So if you expand it to like 13, 14, it's like cool, like other players have a job definitely, or they're on a roster and you have people to practice against and whatnot, but then it comes a point where half the roster ain't playing. So we got 7:12 to go in this one. The Minnesota Lynx are on the comeback trail. All right, broadcast is coming back now. Broadcast is coming back. Salute to everybody here hanging out in the chat. Appreciate you guys. It is approaching 12 midnight here on the East Coast. And we still have 7 more minutes of WNBA playoff hoops in this game. Ball in play here with the Valkyries. And Burton has the ball. Shout out, Lil Mare. Salute. Burton with the ball. Burton left to right crossover. Gets into the paint. 5 seconds to go. Nowhere to go. Out to Salaun. Salaun not even looking at the shot clock, and out of a timeout they get a shot clock violation. No shot clock awareness. Ball in play here with the Lynx. A 9-0 run in the last 3 minutes. Heidemann with the ball. Gets it over to Fee. Fee with the ball. Comes off the screen. Going left. Gets cut off. Throws it up top to McBride. McBride attacks the closeout. Goes up. Floater is up and good again. And we have a 3-point game on our hands. 11-0 run. Burton with the ball. Comes off the screen. Burton tries to go downhill. Nobody moving. Burton attacks. Throws it out to Salaun. Over to Rupier. To Zandalicini. Zandalicini with the ball. Zandalicini. Step back. 2. They need it. And she delivers. Big shot by Zandalicini. Needed that one badly. 65-60. Heidemann with the ball. Heidemann comes off the screen going right. Oh, she traveled. They don't call it. Oh, up top to Napheesa. Over to DeJournay. DeJournay on the attack. Drops it off to Jessica Shepard. Over to Heidemann. Heidemann attacks baseline. Guarded by Burton. Heidemann. Pocket pass to Shepard. Goes up. Gets blocked by Rupier. And rebound to Burton. Burton with the ball. Burton gets into the paint. Over to Charles. Corner 3 for Charles. Oh, big shot, Charles. Timeout, Minnesota. Kyla Charles on a hardship contract with the Wings this season. Signs one with the Valkyries. They sign her for the rest of the season. And just like that, Kyla Charles cashes out for 3. 68-60. Timeout by Minnesota. So, what a response by the Valkyries there. The game was getting into real shaky territory, and they respond. Zandalicini hits a tough mid-range 2. Kyla Charles, right corner 3. What a quarter. Oransi said, is she related to Ray Charles? I don't I doubt it, my friend. Charles seems like it's a very common surname. Beulah says, I hope I feel better soon. The game is open. Yeah, but I'll stop worrying about that game. I ain't even stressing that game. King of England, yeah, King of England's a Charles. And he's a whole different complexion than Kyla Charles, so. We're still in a commercial here. Still in a commercial. Score is 68-60. 5:30 to go in this one. Minnesota has clawed their way back. They got within 3. It's been pushed back up to 8. So let's see if all 4 series go to a game 3 in the first round. That would be a first. That would be a first. So with a win tonight, Minnesota will face the winner of New York and Phoenix on Sunday. Golden State, with a win, forces a game 3 on Friday. Somebody has a sign saying Valkyries, thank you for the fairy tale season. They over here, they going crazy out there in San Jose. Ronci said it's Blondie time. The Lynx have lost their last 4 clinching playoff road games. So that's a interesting stat. So they usually close out the series at home, which is why they work so hard to get home court advantage here. Ball in play with Napheesa Collier. Heidemann at the controls here. At half court. Right to left crossover. Looking for K-Mac on the curl. McBride with the ball. McBride over to to Heidemann, excuse me. Over to Shepard. Back up to McBride. McBride attacks. Oh, she might have traveled. Gets it over to Carlton for 3. And she buries it. What a 3 for Bridget Carlton. What a second half for Bridget Carlton. She's hit all 4 of her 3s in this second half. 68-63. I think they lost the announcers on the broadcast here. Burton with the ball. Goes behind the back. Gets it over to Salaun. Down to Rupier. Rupier catches and finishes. So we're just listening to Nat sounds here on the broadcast. That's fine. I'll give y'all the call. And Napheesa answers right back. 70-65. Burton with the ball. 5-point game here. 70-65. Burton with it. Burton over to Zandalasini. Gets it over to Kyla Charles. Kyla Charles with 4 on the clock. Gets in, throws up the floater, and misses. Rebound to Kayla McBride. Gets it over to Bridget Carlton. Can't leave her open. They get over to her. Down to Fee. Fee guarded by Burton. Attacks baseline. Throws it out to Shepard. Shepard on the attack. They don't call any foul. They call a foul there on the reach, or the block attempt, I should say, by Burton. So Fee with a chance to cut this to a 3-point game if she makes both. Yeah, Beulah, your Canadian sister has come to play here. So, I think they have the sideline reporter calling this game right now. Queso, what's good? Napheesa misses another free throw. What is happening tonight? Queso, my night hasn't been the greatest, my friend. Liberty absolutely got dog walked at home. But at least this game is good. So Napheesa struggling from the line tonight. I don't know what's going on. Napheesa knocks down the second free throw. So score is 66-70. 4-point game. 4 minutes to go here. Zandalasini over to Burton. Burton, and a reach-in foul by Dejanay Carrington. Silly foul there, so far from the basket. Queso, they're not out. They have game 3 on Friday. Game 3 is on Friday. They won game 1 on the road. So if the Valkyries win this one, all 4 series will go to a game 3. They get the ball into Billings, back to Burton. Burton, top of the key here. Big possessions coming down the stretch here. Burton, crossover, almost loses the ball, picks it back up. 5 on the clock, over to Rupier. Rupier back to Burton. Burton has to chuck it at the basket, and it's an air ball. Great defense there by Minnesota. $70-66, Minnesota ball. It's been Fee, and more Fee. And Bridget Carlton, I got to salute her. Heidemann comes off the screen, gets downhill. Throws it to Dejanay Carrington. Corner three. 1 point game. 1 point game. 70-69. Burton comes off the screen. Dejanay sticking with her. She crosses over. Burton into the paint. Double clutches and rolls in and out. And they call a jump ball here between Fee and Burton. Wow, that ball really toilet bowled around and popped out. 70-69 jump ball between Burton and Collier. Yeah, okay, so that's what happens when you have a young team against a veteran team. They don't really have a closer on their squad. All their better players are hurt. Kayla Thornton, all-star, hurt. Tiffany Hayes, 6th player of the year, hurt. Dejanay goes to the bench. I don't know what happened there. I think she turned her ankle maybe. She wants to take her shoe off. Courtney Williams checks in for Dejanay. I think they're gonna, I don't know what they're doing over there. Kyla Charles checks in for Ileana Rupier. And yeah, Ronci, no bench either. You got rookie Carla Late and Kate Martin. That's not really a bench. If you're going against Dejanay Carrington, Heidemann, and all these other veterans off the bench. Napheesa wins the jump ball, tips it out to McBride. Minnesota looking for their first lead in a while. McBride gets down the lane. Scoop layup is good. Oh my goodness. And the Lynx have come all the way back to take the lead. Since the first quarter when it was 5-3. Burton with the ball. And Heidemann picks her pocket. Fight for the ball. And Heidemann comes out of it and Burton with the foul. Heidemann looks to be in some pain here. I don't know if it's her hand or something. Ball in play here with the Minnesota Lynx. Heidemann comes off the screen. Guarded by Burton. Burton almost pokes it away now. Heidemann tries to attack left. Burton sticking with her. Nowhere to go with the ball. Over to Courtney Williams. With 10 on the clock, Courtney Williams gets cut off. Pass to McBride with 6 on the clock. She's saying clear out. 4 on the clock. McBride crossover. McBride with the ball has to throw it up, and it's a shot clock violation. Good defense there by the Valkyries. 2:04 to go. Yeah, Chemo. KT would have helped. She had some big shots in that first half of the season. And then you got Tiffany Hayes, who's able to draw to the lane and drive to the lane and draw fouls as well. Ball in play here with the Valkyries. 22-7 run in this quarter. Gets over to Xander Lassini, left side of the floor. Xander Lassini gets into the paint. Double clutches. Mo Billings catches the ill shot and gives the Valkyries the lead back. 72-71. Mo Billings, big offensive rebound. Gets it over to Courtney Williams, left side of the floor. Back to Fee. Fee at the top of the key here, dribbles left, fakes the handoff, now gets it to Heidemann. Heidemann comes off the screen. Heidemann into the paint. Nowhere to go, out to Fee. Fee with 6 on the clock. Fee drives, spins out to Heidemann. Heidemann drives out to Fee. Fee baseline jump shot. Oh, all the way at the end of the shot clock, they get Fee with the baseline jumper. That was a 2. That's a 2. Not even close. She's not even close. So Minnesota up 73-72. They ran that 2-woman game back to back to back. and score. No, Salaun is not in the game. I don't think. I don't think I see Salaun. Yeah, Ron, see, this is definitely a playoff game now. They're reviewing it. I don't know what they're reviewing. It's clearly a 2. It's not even like she's close. Or unless they're trying to look at the clock. Yeah, so it's they were trying to see if she got it off in time. I thought they were just trying to see if it was a 2. But whatever angle they had was tough. Yeah, she got it off way in time. Hayes has been out with a knee injury for like damn near the whole season. Yeah, Mark, I don't know why they were reviewing it, but I guess they were blocked and wanted to verify. I don't know what's going on. Queso says, "Do I like going for the underdog teams?" Yeah, except when they play in my team. But it's 73-72 Valkyries ball here. They were up a majority of this game, and the Minnesota Lynx respond with like a crazy run, a 25-7 run or something. Janelle Salaun is in the game. They're on a 24-9 run here. They were up by 17 in this game. That's crazy. Mo Billings with the ball. Gets it over to Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini drives. Xander Lassini step back over McBride. Rolls off. Oh, Heidemann looked like she stepped out of bounds. And the Valkyries get the steal on Heidemann. Save it in bounds. 50 seconds here on the clock. Burton with the ball. Burton attacks Courtney Williams. Dribbles back out. Comes off the screen from Billings. Gets into the paint. Double clutches. Can't get it. Mo Billings with the rebound. Ball loose and McBride with it. And they call a reset timeout. Oh, they had multiple opportunities there. 73-72 with 43 seconds to go. Wow. Multiple opportunities there for the Valkyries. The ball just wouldn't fall. They have to get a stop here. I mean, but they'll still be good. Even just can't give up a 3. That they can't give up a 3. Valkyries to Lynx to inbound. They get it into Carlton over to Fee. Fee attacks quickly, loses the ball, spins back, nowhere to go, over to Courtney Williams, finds Bridget Carlton, pump fakes for 2, out to Williams. Williams steps in for 2, and she hits. Courtney Williams couldn't hit a shot all night, and she hits that mid-range jump shot. Yeah, Kimo, the Valks are out of gas. They're doing everything they can. So they falling for jump shots, and then Courtney Williams steps into her midi and knocks it down. Wow, wow, wow. Minnesota walked them down. Walked them down, people. Walked them down. At least we have a good game on our hands. That one early was terrible. Albert says it's over. We'll see. We'll see if the Valkyries have one more shot in them. But they look to be running out of gas here. Salute to everybody in the chat. Looks like a nice crowd showed up towards the end here. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. We've been doing watch-alongs all season long. We'll be back tomorrow for the 2 game 3s that are taking place tomorrow. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss anything. Valks need a 3 on this possession. Valkyries need a 3. They're outscoring Golden State 26-9 in the quarter. Insane. Insane. I'm gonna hide this. And I'm gonna make sure I don't spoil it for myself here. 75-72 Valkyries ball. They need They don't necessarily need a 3. They can take a quick 2 and play the foul game. So we'll see what the strategy they employ here is. Rupier to inbound in the front court here. Rupier looking, finds Xander Lassini. They get the quick 2 and scores. I didn't even get to start my clock because it happened so fast. So they honestly don't need to foul. I don't know. It's 75-74, a 1-point game. It's about a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gets it over to Williams. Back over to McBride. They're not going to foul. This is interesting. They're going to play it out. McBride with the ball. Gets it over to Williams. Williams to McBride. Shot clock violation. So 3 seconds left. I don't know what Minnesota was doing. Well, so it ends up working out for them. 4 seconds to go. I didn't even start my clock. They didn't even get a shot off. So 4 seconds to go here, guys. Minnesota was just dribbling out the clock. Didn't even attempt to take a shot. They tried to just dribble the clock out, and it becomes a shot clock violation. Valkyries with a chance with 4 seconds to go in this one to steal a win. I don't know what was happening. On both ends, I thought they were going to foul, but they just played it out. That is insane. What was that? So, no more timeouts for the Valkyries. No more timeouts. They just need a 2 for the win. If the Minnesota loses this game, that has to be a question, y'all. Minnesota does have a foul to give as well. 4 seconds to go. 75-74 is the score. Natalie Nakase trying to draw up a play for her team to steal this game that they had won. Now they have to steal it back from the Minnesota Lynx, the #1 seed in the playoffs. This is insane. They may run a similar play here. I wouldn't be surprised. The same play they ran for Xander Lassini, they may run something similar here. They have 4 seconds, so they don't have to shoot it immediately. They have enough time for a couple dribbles. (75-74) Valkyries basketball. Rupier is going to inbound it here. This is crazy. Rupier with the ball for the season here. For the season. Gets it into Xander Lassini. And they foul immediately on Xander Lassini. 2.8 seconds to go. So a second goes off the clock. Just about. 2.8 to go. They get it into Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini for the win. Oh, and it falls off. And that's the series. Oh, man, that's unfortunate. It hits the back of the rim, and that's how the season ends for the Valkyries. The fairy tale comes to an end in the first round. They get swept 2-0 to the #1 seed Minnesota Lynx. Oh, man, what a season for them, though. The first expansion team to make the playoffs in their first season. They had to play their home game away from home in San Jose, led the game for the whole game essentially, and just couldn't close it out at the end. Wow. That sucks for the Valks. But salute Minnesota. That's the heart of a champion. Down 17 and just whittled their way right back into this game. Ends the game on like a 30-9 run. It hits right off the back of the rim. Damn. Damn, that sucks. That's unfortunate. But yeah, Lynx 2-0. Lynx 2-0. Valkyries, it was fun, but the ride is now over. And they go they finally clinch a series win on the road in their last 5 attempts now. Wow. Appreciate that, Albert. Appreciate that. All right, guys, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. I sat through my team stinking it up, and then we ended up having a good game here in the second one. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. Apologize for the earlier technical difficulties when switching streams. My mind was just shot from that Liberty game. Thanks for all the likes, the subs, the super chats, the super stickers, all the above. I'll be back tomorrow for the 2 game 3s that are happening between the Indiana Fever, Atlanta Dream. That game's at 7:30 tomorrow. And then Seattle and Vegas play at 9:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. It's Jay Jordan. I'm out. Salute.